I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Today is the day 47 of the Grand Australian Ride. Today I rode from Orbost to Port Melbourne via Melbourne. The ride date was 15th of June 2022. It took 7 hours for us to reach Port Melbourne. The weather was fairly clear. It was a bit cold but very windy, particularly crosswinds near Pakenham. The distance we travelled was 385 kilometers. The terrain was a little bit of twisties and hilly at the start, but mainly straight. We took one fuel stop in Burnsdale, the second one in Melbourne, and we finished in Port Melbourne. We boarded on to Spirit of Tasmania and travelled overnight on board to reach Devonport the next day. All set to go. Today is the home stretch to Melbourne. Om Ganeshaya Namah. Shri Adya Shakti Mata ki jai. Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki jai. Har Har Mahadev Har. So we stayed over here last night. This is Orbost Motel. Yeah, we're in those two rooms. Nikul is packing up his car. His cover has spoiled, so he had to cover up with a tarp now. Anyways, so that is the place we stayed in last night. They are actually coming behind me, so I'm starting early. I'm just trying to avoid rain. There is rain prediction in Melbourne, as you would have expected. Oh wow, this is beautiful. You know, we are in Orbost. Nice town, nice beautiful town. Look at that. We are going left. The fuel is half tank, so I don't need to fill up right now. Probably fill up on the way. Yep. So last night when we arrived, it was really dark, so couldn't see anything. But as you can see now, sheep, cows, it's typical Victorian towns and or villages. Straight ahead is Lake Entrance. Lake Entrance is a very popular tourist spot for Melburnians. It's, I think, a couple of 100 kilometers from Melbourne. So for long weekends and holidays like such, it gets very popular for camping as well. It's a beautiful morning actually. It's a good time to start. It's about 5 minutes to 9 o'clock. It's a little early for us. No, sorry, a little late for us actually. I would generally start earlier than this, but anyway, it's a beautiful day, beautiful start. Into Melbourne, As you see, between New South Wales and Victoria, you'll see deer and possum. Last night, it was so sad to see like dozens of. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I say I would have seen a dozen possums on the road. So at least a dozen possums dead on the road. It's pretty sad, but that also shows that there's so many possums in this area. They are obviously protected, but not on like a very serious protection note, but they are protected, yes. Possums and koalas. It's a nice cool morning, a typical Victorian winter morning. It's a little chilly and I could feel the cold air on my face. I was just thinking, a few weeks back I started in Melbourne, went all the way around Australia, and the amount of weather that I've faced, it has been really hot, really humid, rain, wind, anything and everything you can think of. I haven't faced snowfall or ice, and I would not like to with a bike, with a motorcycle, but everything else. And fogs. I've faced bad fog. Like yesterday it was really bad fog, and the last time before that was in Broome, outside Broome, when I was when I was leaving Broome. There was a lot of fog on the way between Broome and I think Fitzroy crossings. So a lot of different weather, but when there was fog there, it wasn't cold, it was warm. Over here there was bad fog, but then it was really cold. So such a variety. I mean, it's such a big country. It is a continent, of course, but amazing experience so far. And right now I'm coming back to Melbourne and I'm all wrapped up, and it's cold over here. It's 9 o'clock, but it feels like, as if you're starting 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's really cold. Look at horses on the side. Melbourne has a lot of horses around. In fact, Victoria, New South Wales, certain portion. But when it comes to Victoria, it's a small state, but almost throughout the state, it's very kind of consistent. Whereas if you go to New South Wales, if you're on the coast, it's different. If you are inland, it's different. But Victoria is one of the most consistent. Also Tasmania, of course. Tasmania is all cold. Could rain anytime, could snow any time of the year in Tassie. I thought I'll cover that. I wanted to anyway stop to check my bag at the back, so I thought maybe why not over here. Now look at this, honey. We have seen bananas, we have seen all kind of vegetables, never seen honey being sold like that. Look at that. That's an honesty shop, I believe, selling honey. Wow, look at that. That's like a proper shop. It's got candles, it's got everything. Yeah, I'll ask the guys to stop by over here. It's got a Winnie the Pooh as well. Oh, honeycombs. This is a really nice concept. Wow. Anyway, so probably stop here briefly. I'll make a call and ask the guys to stop by and check this shop out. So there's no one here. You just go there. There's a place where you can pay for it. I think pay below, that's where you pay. If you have a card, so you can't pay with a card, but you can pay cash over here. So yeah, pretty interesting concept. Anyways, they've got cameras as well to check the shop, but pretty good. We are in Lake's entrance now. This is one of the most popular location sports in vacation sports in vacation sport in Victoria. At least amongst our group circles, it's a very nice spot for Easter camping and whatnot. You know, there's a lake, there's some nice cafes. You can come with the family, spend a few days over here. We've done that a few times. So, very nice place. It's got a few lakes around here, and basically it's just the whole overall package. It's pretty good. So as you can see in a distance, I think that's the sea, because you're close to the sea as well. I need to fuel up, so I'm just thinking, should I do it now or should I wait a little longer? So that's sign. Summertime, it's really good place to come because it's not cold, and that's the main town area. I can go a little longer. I'll just go a little longer. So yeah, that's it. So basically the town is pretty big, but it's on either sides. A lot of motels, hotels, etc. That's one of the lakes on the side. I think this is one of the lakes. Yeah, it's a very nice place to come and do, if you are into bicycles. Yeah, that's pretty good for that as well. I've heard it's got a good track. I mean, I think it might be this one or maybe someone else, but it's got quite a few big tracks for bicycling as well. Another motel, plenty of motels around here. It looks like this whole strip is full of motels. And then you see the holiday park. So holiday park is, I've been staying in the past few days, so that's more like a combination of cabins and sometimes caravan parks. This one doesn't, it has space for caravans as well. So combination of caravans, cabins, etc. It's got some play areas as well for kids, so you can stay with kids for a bit longer if you like. So I think this is the main this is the main area where all the cafes and stuff are. And you can see the boats on the side. Arakat. That boat is called Arakat. just briefly stop over here and then get going. So that is lakes entrance, that town. There's a viewpoint just as you climb up the hill to get out of town. As you can see, it's a pretty nice spot. That's the sea, this is the lake, so you go through the lake into the sea. Okay, so we are going to get going. There's some information here. There's a lot of wildlife, whales and all. Historically popular for fishing, I guess. Alright, so we'll get going now. Beautiful views of the lake and sea. And now back on the road. As you can see, this is the kind of road we had throughout pretty much since Batman's Bay. There was more twisties of course than this, but close to this. A very nice route to ride though. That's Nicole. He's caught up. He's actually riding a rocket. So he's a lot faster. He's already put on a raincoat, expecting some rain in Melbourne. I'm just being optimistic that we should have a clear window. Not saying that there won't be rain in Melbourne, there will be, but we'll get a clear window, that's it. Nemo! Look at that. There was a Nemo as well. There's so many things to see along the way. Sometimes it's hard to figure out where to stop and where not to stop. I just made a brief stop outside lake and on top of lake entrance at the viewpoint. If I had stopped next to the water body, you know, like where all the lakeside sculptures and everything is, it will take me forever to, you know, cover the actual road. And today I have to try and get to the port before 2 to try and use the window where there is no rain. So that's what I'm really trying to do. Great Alpine Road goes on the right over there. You take the Great Alpine, we are in Mutung. I think Mutung is the name. If you want to go to Mount Kosciuszko, that's the route you take. The first adventure of Grand Speed was climbing Mount Kosciuszko, which is the highest peak of Australia and also highest peak of the continent of Australasia. So actually highest peak of the continent of Australia, not Australasia. Australasia is somewhere in Indonesia, so another peak in Indonesia. Yeah. So highest peak of Australia for sure. Great Alpine Road goes that way. Yeah, just stop to get fuel. I put in 11.39 liters right there, and the total amount is 21.94. The cost is 192.5 for the fuel here. So yeah, the figures are actually playing around the $2 mark. Anyway, so we are on our way now. Today we have to catch a ferry to Tassie. So we're on the we're kind of outside Bairnsdale. So Bairnsdale is you could say this is Bairnsdale pretty much. This we came from Lakes entrance. If you go straight, you'll be going towards the Great Alpine Way, or the Great Alpine Road, I think. It goes all the way to Mount Kosciuszko in New South Wales. Here we are. Sail right now. Yes, sail is spelled at S-A-L-E. That's how I spell it as well. So in sail, the couple of things, roads are wet, so there has been rain over here. I've just got an update that the weather in Melbourne is really bad. I'm just hoping that I will get a window to just get to the port. My wife, she is and everyone else are driving behind. They started late from where we were staying. She called up and said that don't be overconfident about the weather, because actually there's a bakery there. We could there's McDonald's there. Yeah, so she said don't be overconfident about the weather, and try and not stop as much as possible and make it as swift as possible to the port. So that's what we are going to do. But I'm hoping that the sky will clear out and we will get some window to get to Port Melbourne without getting wet, because it's a bit cold. It's very cold right now. That is the reason why I would want to avoid rain as far as possible. But anyways, I'm still, at the end of the day, I am prepared for what may come. We are on an adventure and not running away from anything. So let's take a break over here. It's a bakery cafe. So yeah, and it's sort of brunch time right now. So we'll have a quick break over here and then get going. So we'll try and not spend too much time around here. Here had a pasty, veg pasty, and a coffee. Had to get rid of most of the coffee anyways, because it's not like driving. I had to either finish the coffee or throw it. That's bad. Anyways, so we are in Sale right now. Nicole just got together with me and he needs to fuel up, so he's gone ahead. Whereas I have got fuel, so I'll continue. Got approximately 250 kilometers from here up to Port Melbourne. So we'll have to have one more stop before we get there. So yeah, riding along. And there is a 90-mile beach over here as well. There is one 90-mile beach that I passed by near I think after Broome, in Western Australia. And there is one more 90-mile beach in Rosedale. So this is Rosedale. So there's the jockey and the horse that won the Melbourne Cup once. It's a pretty good stop to good place to stop as well. Now one thing I'll mark is, with the rest stops in Victoria, I haven't actually shown any rest stops yet. They are pretty basic. As this side of the route, the rest stops are pretty basic. If you are on Hume Highway, the rest stops are better in Victoria. But in general, the Victorian rest stops are, they do have facilities like bathroom, toilets and everything, but they are not fancy like as in the ones you find on A1, the Hume Highway between in the New South Wales side of things. When we had passed by and there were some really fancy rest stops, they're not like that. They're pretty basic, but it's got all the facilities, benches, toilets, a lot. But it does not have, I've never seen a dump facility in a rest stop in Victoria. So that is something you wouldn't find in a rest stop in Victoria. But you will certainly find that in Western Australia and NT, Northern Territory. That's Cricket Street. Cricket, as in the sport cricket. Pool has caught up with me. He was behind. He had stopped for some fuel, but since then I have been going at a decent speed as well, similar to his because of the freeway. But now he is caught up and we are riding together, at least for now, until he decides to shoot. So from here, I think we are in Morwell. From here, we're in Tarralagoon. Morwell is on right hand side. We are going to Melbourne, so we have to follow the M1. So the M1 starts from here. So now the A1 and M1 is essentially the same thing at this point. Just like can't remember the town name in Queensland. I read that funny name that I was not able to pronounce well or something. From that point, I had mentioned that the A1 is now M1, and there was a sign that says A1 is now M1 as well.
So there you go, and the speed has increased from 100 to 110 on the freeway. Obviously Nicole will be going at 110, whereas I will be going at 100 because that's the cruising speed of the Himalayan. I wouldn't want to push it more than 100. It started raining. I'll have to remove the helmet GoPro camera because obviously it's not that waterproof, so I won't be able to show you I think until it clears out. It's not a very heavy rain, but still, you know. And I can see there's some clouds ahead of me as well, so I don't know what direction I will be going, that way or that way. So can't take too much chances with the camera equipment, but I'll try and update as much as I can. We're just bypassing Warrigal. Warrigal is on my right hand side. I take an exit from here as well. So we are very close to Melbourne. It's become a big drive, which is fantastic, but there is still heavy crosswinds, so but it's okay, you know. It's at least we have a dry weather, which makes a big difference, and I'm hoping it stays like this until we reach the port. So let's see how we go. Beckenham next to exit. Beckenham is a suburb of Melbourne. So I am in Melbourne. Naranagun is the outer suburb just after Beckenham. The metro trains in Melbourne. The last stop is Beckenham. And the wind is very, very heavy right now. It's just getting too hard to control. It's that heavy. Heavy wind, and it's also crosswind as well, so I have to reduce my speed. And oh god, this is bad. I have to reduce my speed and push, literally push, you know, with lower gear. As you can see, it's 4th gear and I'm going at 90. I'm actually pushing against the wind because this space is a bit open, and that causes this very heavy crosswind sometimes.
officially in Melbourne. I've just filled up. The rate is 211.9 per litre. I filled up 10.24 litres and the total is 21.7. So 21.7, round it off to 22. So I'm just going to pay for the fuel, and then I'm going to get going towards Port Melbourne. But I can say that I'm officially in Melbourne now. The winds were absolutely terrible on the way. Anyways, I'll update soon. Fueled up. Now I'm really hoping that the crosswinds will go away now. We are only about 48 kilometers from Port Melbourne. If the crosswinds are strong, then I'll have to take an exit into Princess Highway and go from there. But I believe, from what I understand about this place, I mean, I live around here, so I know it should be fine now. So fingers crossed, we'll be just fine to get to Port Melbourne. Stopped to pick up something and change Nicole's visor. Now he's got a clear visor, which is a lot better than the black one. So there he is. So basically we are on our way for to Port Melbourne to catch the Spirit of Tassie. Now it's official. Completed. Of Melbourne, as you can see on my right. So when I started the journey, I was passing through this and I showed the city at that time. Now I'm returning back to Melbourne, and we are going to so there she is, the Spirit of Tassie. And that's our next location. The first time in this tour, Musti is her, basically the tires are going to be off the ground and straight onto a ship. So first time in 1.5 months, and basically first time in the whole trip, Musti will not be riding, she will be sailing, or what do you call it, on the boat basically.
Your destination is on the left.
Alright, let's see the trucks. They're boarding on the ship already. We'll just have to find out what we have to do. So we'll find out and then update on when we actually board the ship. Yeah, we're a bit early, so we thought we'll just go there and have a cup of coffee and then come back. But look at that, is the ship we are going to board. So yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, so that is the ship we are going to board. Right now they're putting all where all the freight is going in, so all the trucks and stuff, and this is the station pier gate, and we are going to go from there. But until it opens up, we got about half an hour, so we'll go and grab a cup of coffee and then we'll get boarding. Thank you. So we are here.
The ship is there. We are boarding from here. Where do we have to go? Look at the view. Yep. Look at the view. The whole city of Melbourne is visible from here. Amazing. The city of Melbourne is visible from here. It's amazing views. Yeah, I think it's over here. We are the first ones. So don't know which one to go on. There's a sign for motorbikes. Yeah, either of them is fine. Yep. So to line up over here. Okay.
Go on your far right, near to the ship.
Halt. We are supposed to park on the first level of the boat.
Alright, mate, just side stand down, first gear, and steering unlocked.
So here we are. The bikes are parked. Now they will put a strap on, connect here to there, this side to there, this side with this bike as well on both sides. How's the Josh? Our room is 8219. We've actually opened the seal already because it's like that. As you walk in, desk. We've got 4 beds, so we got choice of bed and toilet, all of that. Shower, and they've supplied blankets, towels. I think soap must be there as well. So yeah, everything you need. And so today is so now it's finally end of day 47. We are on board Spirit of Tasmania. Today we started from Orbost all the way to Port Melbourne. We have reached Melbourne, so officially I have completed the full loop of Australia. Total distance so far. Total distance so far, I think 15,500.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
something like 15,500. You'll obviously see the detail on the website with all the days and the distance travel, or as per Garmin, as per my odometer, of course, with photographs. So anyways, we are here. The ride so far, there was a little bit of a fear of rain because it's very cold. So we thought if it rains, it will be a bit of a mess. But if it did, we were ready to face, of course. But still, we thought it would be better if it didn't. The distance travel was around 350, 360, yeah, 350, around 350 or something. And overall, it's been a fairly easy day. The ride was really nice. It wasn't too cold. It wasn't. Yes. The rain. It did rain a little bit before we got close to Melbourne. Just after Tara Lagoon, it did rain a little bit, but it wasn't that bad because we could easily see that there was clear sky as the direction we were heading. But the scariest part, just before Pakenham, there is a patch. Any motorcycle rider in Australia, in Melbourne, knows about this patch. Just before getting to Pakenham, there are heavy crosswinds. I have never faced, throughout my ride, I have never faced this kind of crosswinds. And for such a long distance, I was struggling to push my bike. I was practically not riding straight. I was riding at an angle. And when I reached the petrol pump, I asked him as well. He's like, yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It was pretty strong. I think it was just throwing the bikes around.
Yeah, he does do riding around the tracks as well, you know.
At Phillip Island.
At Phillip Island and everything. And he does motorcycle, high-speed motorcycles as well, you know, super bikes as well as off-road bikes. So he's pretty, much more into bikes for a very long time. And even he struggled as well. So if I say I struggle, I don't think I did quite well.
Yeah.
That I didn't fall down.
It was pretty good. It was pretty scary, pretty strong, pretty hard to keep it stable.
Yeah, we reached here about 4 o'clock, and they let us in around 4:30 to start queuing up, and around 5 o'clock, I think 5:30, I think they started boarding. Yeah, right now it's about 5:50. We boarded Spirit of Tasmania. I'm not going to go around with the camera because I'm not a typical blogger, but I will take a few photographs to share on Insta, and maybe in the video as well. I'll try and share some photos. But that's it. Fantastic day. Time to definitely celebrate.
Yeah.
Nicola has been riding with me from Melbourne to Port Campbell and
Yeah.
from Sydney all the way over here and even Tasmania.
Yeah.
So the bottom part he has been accompanying me. He's going to, by the time I finish, he will probably ride about 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Beautiful bonus.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Until then.